we're asked to find the tangent line for this function at the point 4, 5. So again, when you're talking about a tangent line, always start with what you know. You know point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So usually the x1 has to be given, and usually the y1 is also given, and in this case it is. So y1 is 5. The m is what we're going to spend our little time and energy trying to figure out, and then our x1 is 4. All right, so how do we figure out that m? So the m is the derivative evaluated at the given x value. So the first thing we do is we take our derivative. Now, taking the derivative is not as straightforward as on the last one because we have this square root. So remember, anytime we have a radical, we want to rewrite the radical. So we have x to the first, and then the square root has an index of 2. So before I start taking the derivative, I would go up here and rewrite this as 2x to the 1/2 plus 1. And then now it has the x to the number, which would be the power rule that we can use. All right, so to use the power rule, I would bring down the 1/2. So I would have 2 times 1/2 x, and then I would subtract 1. So 1/2 minus 1, again, anytime you have a fraction, you take that denominator and make it a 2 over 2. So if this had been a 3, I would be saying minus 3 over 3. So then I have 1 minus 2, so that gives us negative 1/2 as our new exponent. So this is negative 1/2. All right, so simplifying this, we get that our derivative, of course, these 2's cancel, is equal to x to the negative 1/2 power. Now again, that's not our answer because what we need to do is we need an actual number rather than a variable expression. So our second step after we find the derivative is we plug in our x value that was given. And in this case, the x value that was given was 4. So we have f prime of 4 is equal to 4 to the negative 1/2 power. Now, sometimes people are like, well, I can't do that unless I have a scientific calculator. You guys, you need to be able to do this with just a 4-function calculator. And the way you can easily do that, your negative exponent comes down. When the negative exponent comes down, the base, which is 4, and the exponent all will come down. So this will be 1 over 4 to the 1/2 power. And then you can say to yourself, okay, this 1/2 power is the same thing as the square root of 4. So that gives us 1/2 for the slope of our tangent line. So our final answer, we would have y minus 5 equals 1/2 times x minus 4. And again, this is perfectly acceptable as your point slope form. You could also solve for y to get it in slope intercept form, but this is perfectly fine for your test.